Let's do the girls. What a win, hey? We are absolutely flying. The Cats defeated Port Adelaide.
You did not get this one right.
Oh, no. What did I do? Oh, no.
Your graphics an absolute mess. The scores are wrong, and
take it off.
Take it off. The wrong side.
Thankfully, there's only five. Thankfully, there's only 5 people watching it live.
Let me quickly bring up the stats for you, so we got all that correct. Oh, mate, you're having a rough one. Fixtures, come on, AFL site, hurry up.
Don't fix it.
No AFLW. Either way, like the interesting thing for the Cats. So there we go. 5-12, 42 to the Power, 11-4, 70 to the Cats. So we blew them away in the first half again, and that was fantastic. But from there, I don't know. It was a bit like the game against North again, where we just fell away. We let the opposition in and gave them a chance, and we just weren't as clean. Our defense is, I think, a little bit vulnerable at the moment. They're not really firing on all cylinders. But and she was meant to be joining us for the show tonight, but things didn't quite work out. The likes of Spud, Katie Spud Sermon, fantastic in terms of delivery inside 50. Nina Morrison with 30 plus disposals. Amy Mack, same deal. Georgie Brisparkis, like the midfield was delivering it so well into the forward line that kept us. And then you've got the likes, obviously, of Chloe Shear kicking 4. That they ensured that when we went forward, we were effective and like hit the scoreboard well. Same with Jackie Parry as well. But the defense is a little bit of a problem there at the moment.
Yeah, well, the structure is the defensive team is a bit of an issue, but I'm loving Claudia Gonjaka, loving what she's putting out there in 2023, and a bit of a nod to Meg Mack as well. 50 games in of AFLW, what a champ, captain of the club, absolute treasure for the Geelong Cats. We love having her in there. And g'day, Holden. Just saw you in the chat before. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday night. It was great to get Becky Webster back. She's the first game of the year. She really made a difference. Absolutely tore it up. Getting the ball kept following her around. It was crazy. One of our favourites, Paul. First game of the year, Brooke Plummer. We love Brooke, don't we? And I can't believe it. She fired out 3 handballs. I was joking with my mates from the chat Cats and said, let's have a drink every time she fires off a handball because we know she loves to kick it. And she was like 9-1 or something like that last year, I think, from memory. But straight away, she's just bang handballs. Like she's trying to prove a point or something like that. So I loved. She didn't get a stack of it. She had 10 touches, but
she only played 56% game time too. So
but she looked great when she was in the squad. Yeah, I think we're going to go okay with her this year. Hopefully, she keeps her spot on the side. I just think we look a different side with her in it. And yes, we're a little biased because she came on the show and we love her and all that. But genuinely, I think she's that X factor for us that we need, and I think she's only going to get better. She's very, very young, so she'll come in. I want to keep playing her. I think she's great. Chloe Shear, we all know. Everyone loves Chloe Shear. She's leading the, I don't know if they call it the Coleman or whatever they're calling it, but she's leading the goal kicking with one or two other players as well from other clubs. But she's an absolute champ as well. Georgie Brisparkis.
We did a pretty good job of shutting down Erin Phillips too, with only 15 disposals for the game.
Who? No, just joking. She's an absolute legend of women's football, Erin Phillips, and they should name the MVP medal after her when she's all said and done. Georgie Brisparkis, leading tackler in the comp. Well, earlier this afternoon, that may have changed since I put my notes together, but she's leading the comp in tackles. Correct me in the chat if I've got that wrong. What about? I don't know if you saw or saw the highlights of Nina Morrison. She laid a bit of a dodgy tackle on Janelle Cuthbertson. She might be looking at a week or two or 20% of the year, which is just crazy. Unfortunately, I think the penalties are a bit too harsh considering the season's so short.
Look, I saw it, and it's certainly a dangerous one. I'm just poking around to see if there's any info, because we know that with the men's, if there's a suspendable offence, we tend to know the next day at this point.
Yeah, we do.
But I have not seen as of yet any reports about suspensions or anything from the AFLW yet.
They don't report AFLW very well. So,
well, I'm in the dedicated AFLW section, and that's
no.
There's nothing there yet. But
And no crack on the journos covering AFLW, but it's just overall, there's just not a lot of.
and no,
news and
sorry,
stats
Georgie's
out
not
there.
leading the stat anymore either. By the way,
Oh, well, there
Laura
you go.
Young
It doesn't matter. She will
from Gold
be.
Coast is on top.
She will at the end
Sorry,
of the year. Don't worry about that.
Sydney.
From the other side, from the opponent side, unfortunately, Indy Tahu, I think that's how you say it, did a knee, which is a real sad one. I mean, it's sad in the men's comp as well, but as I said, 10 games in women's comp, you do an injury and it's the whole season's done and probably half of next year as well. And who knows if you're ever the same player again. And it just sucks. It absolutely sucks. So it was nice to see a few of the Geelong girls get around her and give her a pat on the back and all that. But it's a bit of a shame. But Paul, there's back to Geelong for a sec, and we talked about there's some good players that came through, and we always put the poll out every week, who's the best player on the ground. And this week it was reasonably close, but the fans went with Nemo. Nina Morrison absolutely killed it. She was everywhere. She gave off a handball to Prez as well when she could have had a shot at goal. So she was absolutely the star on the day. I love seeing a new face on the Roll of Honour, Paul. I absolutely love it. I want to see more cats on there. I think in the men's we might have had 10 individual players on the Roll of Honour in the men's game, but no, I think we've got 3 now. Georgie Prespakis has been a bit of a hog, but guaranteed she'll almost be back there next week.
Look, Amy Mack hasn't showed up yet. That's only a matter of time because
it's a matter of time.
She's right up there with Georgie as, our absolute best. Did Chloe Shear get a gig? Can you bring
I'll bring it up again.
Yeah,
round 2 for her 5 goals.
Oh yeah, for her 5 goals, good.
Yeah,
but obviously, we bat pretty deep, so
yep,
it's only a matter of time, I'm sure.
Well, we've got a big game coming up on Thursday. Against Melbourne, who are on a absolute tear at the moment. 13-game winning streak for them. There's nothing stopping the Demons in the AFLW. I don't know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pull out a miracle to beat them. I think we will.
By 59 points. So
we need a scalp. They absolutely killed the Hawks, but and we love it when the Hawks get smashed. Even in both comps, it doesn't matter if it's men or women. We absolutely love it. But Melbourne, there's nothing stopping them. But I think they're coming up against a force in Geelong, and Geelong's ready for a big scalp, I reckon, in the AFLW, and we're ready to cement our spot in the top 4, and looking forward to turning the halfway mark at 4-1. If we can make that happen, I think our season's really well set up. No guarantees we get home finals or anything like that, but I think pretty much, unless something wheels fell off in the back end of the year, you could feel pretty confident that we're going to make the finals. It's just we want to go a little bit further than last year with that one point heartbreaker to North. And I don't want to play North in the finals. I really don't, because we can't beat them.
Well, they had their first loss today, North.
Yeah, they did. I couldn't believe they lost that one. That was an absolute choke. I don't know what happened there, but no good. I want to get Spud on the Roll of Honour too, mate. Spud, as I like to call her, the Sermonator. I do like to call her the Sermonator, but we couldn't.
She was in my votes.
Not
at the time,
her in the votes.
I did not know she was planned for the show at that particular point in time. So I sent those votes as soon as the game was up. But look, this game is certainly a really important one because, and I don't want to be too dismissive of some of the other teams in the comp, but the D's are obviously the top team in the comp and have been for 12 months now. But then as I cast an eye forward to our fixture for the remainder of the year, we play the Bombers, who are currently sitting in 7th, the Dockers 10th, Collingwood 12th, the Tigers in 8th, and then Hawthorn at the very end of the season obviously just got smacked in a kind of cellar dwells at the moment.
Can't wait for that one.
We don't necessarily have a really strong set of opposition for the back end of the season. And so a game like this, off the back of the North Melbourne game, and really the only thing that did us in there was we didn't play a full 4 quarters. If we need to display the win, lose, or draw, we need to play the right way and play it out in its entirety this Thursday against the D's. And hopefully that's the case. Hopefully we can bank a win in the process and snap that winning streak of theirs.
While you were talking, I was just queuing up my the Terminator music because I'm trying to make the Sermonator a thing. And I know the club is calling her Spud and all that, but I'm still working on getting the Sermonator to get up. But maybe one day, maybe we'll get her back in a week or two. I want to get Brooke Plummer back on the show as well, and we might even put the call out to Kate Darby. She's another Hoop Show favourite too. So we'll see how we go. Mate, I think that's it. I think that'll do for another Sunday night episode of the Hoop Show. Mate, you've been awesome as always. We know you're an absolute star at this thing and you're a pro. But thanks to everyone who's been watching. Thanks to everyone who's currently still online and has been watching the whole way through or at least joined us in the last little bit. We really appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber, please think about jumping on board. We just had a little milestone over the week. We ticked over 800, so that makes us happy. That puts a smile on our face. So yeah, if you could give us a bit of a like and a subscribe, that'd be great. Mate, I think that's it for us. Thanks again to everyone. Thanks to you, Paul. Don't forget to stay Geelong strong, everyone.
Up the Lions.
Go Cats. Up the Lions. Go the Pies, I reckon. Go the Pies. See you, everyone. Take care.
See ya.